All right, so now we're into the rumor mill, and the rumor mill is the place where facts go to die and fan theories are born. Remember, none of this is confirmed, that's why it's in this section, and most of it is probably garbage. All right.
Maybe. It's classified.
Welcome, nerds, to the Clips channel. This is the reason why I'm convinced most people watch The Week in Nerddom as a whole, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, over on the main channel, Generally Nerdy, this is a small portion of the main show that I do on that channel called The Week in Nerddom. We talk about movie news and gaming news and comic books and so on and so forth. And we talk about the rumor mill as well, which, you know, that's why you tuned in, because you want to hear all of the juicy gossip as to what's going to be happening in the pop culture sphere of things, comic book movies, comic books, etc., etc. We get into every aspect of the nerddom here as it pertains to what is rumored to be happening, or we're going to kill some rumors, or we're going to shoot some stuff down based on the weakness of the person who is leaking the information, the rumor monger, if you will. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's jump into the rumor mill, shall we?
Subscribe. That is all.
So, nothing concrete, meaning no confirmations or refutations. It's just a spinning vortex of speculation, just the way we like it. Moving on. As far as new sources to maybe improve or degrade the quality of old rumors, we got none of those either, so it's a bad week for people who say their uncle's dog walker also works at Marvel. Let's just continue on into the brand new rumors. We've got a couple of them. Our big one for the episode this week, though, has to do with something we talked about in the movie section, and that's the potential merger, it would seem, of Warner Brothers and possibly Skydance. If this goes through, the big rumor here is that James Gunn is getting the axe. And not just Gunn, but Zaslav would be out the door as well. Which then the rumor goes on to say, if this happens, then very likely, very probably even, James Gunn's plan for the DC universe, as far as movies go, would be completely thrown out with the bathwater, just like Gunn and Zaslav. Which would then mean that we have had a DC Universal reboot 3 times in the last decade. The corporate incompetence is staggering. You spend years and years and billions, literal billions of dollars trying to build a universe, trying to get the franchise, trying to do all of the things. Then you bring in the guy who says he has a plan, and before that guy with the plan and the thing and understands the source material-ish, before you let him release his second movie, you're already talking about kicking him to the curb. So it's gonna be a while if this happens. Again, very much speculation. If this happens, it's gonna be a very long while before we give a crap about DC movies again. So we're gonna give this likelihood for this one. Sticking this, I mean, as at the way things are going, because this is like corporate takeover 101. You buy the company, you remove management at the very least, if not all of the employees, especially the ones who aren't going to be loyal to the new main company, right? So, likelihood on this one, we're going to say 75%, because we do know, absolutely do know, Paramount, Skydance is trying to purchase Warner Brothers Discovery. That don't look so good for James Gunn. And then, I guess, sticking with the theme here, we have more bring back the old guard news. We have a new rumor suggesting that Zack Snyder wants to return to DC. How will he do said return? Well, apparently, according to the rumor, he wants to direct a live-action Dark Knight Returns movie. Sure. This one seems a little less likely. We're going to say about 30% on this one because Snyder's kind of a busy guy these days. He's got other contracts that would really get in the way of this happening, though that's not to say it can't happen, just not very likely. So again, 30% on that one. Another rumor claims the Plastic Man project that has been in development for some time is still in development over at DC, but James Gunn himself is reportedly the reason why it keeps running into snags and why it hasn't been made yet. That is precisely the entire rumor, which means there's not really much on either side. Really no way for us to verify much on either side, so we're going to split the difference, go right down the middle and say 50% likely that this is the case. Next up, we have Microsoft reportedly considering a free ad-supported tier for Xbox Cloud. This would include time limits. It would have, some reports are saying about 1 hour caps at a given time or 5 hour cap for the entire month, which seems weird. If you're supporting it through ads, why would you put a cap on it? Also, Microsoft continues to deny that they're ditching physical consoles entirely, so sure. This one, I think some of the information in here is 100% spot on, and I think a good portion of the information in here is actually there to mislead. So we're gonna say 40% that all of this is accurate, but again, I'm pretty sure at the very least some of this is accurate. An ad-supported tier sounds like the future of gaming as far as like games as a service is concerned, so that seems to hold some water, but yeah, I can't really go above 40 on that one. Next up, we have casting rumor for the Batman 2. And according to said rumor, there is a suggestion that the sequel is going to be dipping into the Court of Owls or some other aspect of the Wayne family's dark history. Plus, Amadeus Arkham is reportedly going to be part of this as well. This feels good. We're going to say about 70% likely on this one because it just seems like a natural next step for this universe. It's not, if it happens though, it's not going to be an exact replication of the Court of Owls story. Obviously, it's just going to be something akin to an homage to that story. So our final rumor, here we are looking at that. Final rumor this week is Kristen Ritter and Brad Winderbaum from Marvel are hinting that a new Jessica Jones project is actually in the works for the MCU to some degree. Some of the sources for this rumor very specifically say the word project. Some of the sources for this rumor very specifically say the word series. I think both are fairly likely. I think the more likely option will be some sort of limited series, so like 3-5 episodes and that's it. But who knows? It could do well and they'll bring it back. So because of the people who are pushing this rumor, because two of those people are two of the people very heavily involved in this, we're going for a full 90% on that one. There is still a chance it doesn't happen, but yeah, this is entirely too likely at this point. So that's what we got for the rumors and stuff. Let's talk about speculation. My very own speculation with all of the corporate takeovers, reboots, and leaks and whatnot. I am hearing from my completely non-existent sources inside WB, if the sale actually happens, then the new ownership is going to take all of their superhero movies and just digitally superimpose Nicolas Cage's face as Superman onto all of the superheroes. I don't know, it feels like it's kind of bold and chaotic and just the right kind of galaxy-brained shenanigans that a corporation would take in order to try and put their stamp on things, as, you know, corporate types are wont to do. But that's what we got for the rumor mill this week, nerds. Thank you very much, nerds, for tuning in. If you want to level up your nerdy, geeky, pop culture knowledge, then don't forget to subscribe and do all of the things. Go check out the main channel, Generally Nerdy, for the larger portion. Again, you get all of the sections into one convenient video over on Generally Nerdy. The name of the show is The Week in Nerddom. Thank you for checking out this clip. We will see you next time. Before we go, though, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.